Okay, so today I had a day off work, and I've been messing around with the meta story process, just going through the whole thing, reading what you have to do, and so on and so forth. So I've written out a meta story, and I've basically come to the part where now I have to write it out 100 times. So today I started to do that in the morning, and I got to about 30 times of writing it out, and it took me 3 whole hours. So that's quite a long time, really. I'm not a particularly fast writer. I'm not really a good writer either. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know why that is in a sense, but I'm not going to go into that here. There's a lot to do with my schooling and the way I felt about learning, and really kind of not really good experience for me school, to be honest. But yeah, so I've been doing that sort of process, writing out 100 times. It got to about 30 times. It was about 3 hours, and I had to stop because I had other things I needed to do. Yeah, I'm thinking actually. I mean, this is what I wrote anyway. So that's the length of the meta story. And I'm thinking actually that there's quite a bit actually. To just go into this to start off with, but there was quite a bit of resistance. I yeah, I really there was just so much. There was a lot of resistance to the process, but it wasn't just to the process itself. It was more to the fact that I had such ill feelings towards my own capabilities to write. And my writing really got very messy at some points, and I had these feelings where I just felt like giving up. I just couldn't. I just didn't want to do it. It was just like, oh, it's too difficult. And it was all these things that came up. There were times where I felt really angry and felt like throwing the actual notebook across the room, or tearing all the pages out, or just anything to just. I just did not want to do it. And I think a lot of that was due really to my school days, and it's that thing again where I just I never felt like I could do anything fast enough. I was always rushing to do things. I was often marked as the slowest person in the class, and if I got faster, my writing was illegible, or I didn't write the right things down, or I wasn't, but there was always some reason why I was underperforming. And of course, in the past, I used to use that as my excuse to not perform, to just not do what I was supposed to do. That wasn't to say that I didn't work. It was more to say that I would just give up because I just didn't believe that I could do it. And so all these things were coming up today, and I thought, well, I mean, it's obviously gonna take me quite some time to relearn myself to write. It's going to take me time to learn the technique, a new writing style, and work with all those emotions and all those feelings. I mean, the plus side of this is that it's come up. There have been some I would say useful resistance patterns, because a lot of those patterns, they kind of mirror over other parts of my life too. And so now that I know those patterns are there, I can start to work on those in different areas, and that will affect this area with writing and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I think what I need to do. I mean, you've seen the meta story that I just showed you there. It's a fairly long meta story, and I think what I need to do is kind of chunk that down, section it down, so that it's in like a smaller format, so that it doesn't take me quite so long to write the meta story out 100 times. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to ask you guys actually, how are you getting on with the meta story process? I mean, obviously it's going to be something. If you're just doing this, how are you getting on with the meta story process? If you've done it before a lot of times, then how did you tackle this problem? Did it take you? I mean, I figured out that if I sat down, I did the entire process and wrote this out 100 times. It will probably take me around about sort of 8 to 9 hours to do it. which is a complete day basically, which is like, whoa, that's really long, which is why I thought about shortening it down. But yeah, I'd like to hear your opinions, guys, what you think, and what your experiences are with this process, and if actually, this is me asking for advice from you guys, if you have any tips or advice on what you did to maybe not, I don't want to say shorten the process really, but I do want to say shorten the process, but shorten the process, or make it quicker, or did you make your meta story shorter, or what did you do? So yeah, that's today's video, guys, and I will speak to you very soon.